Ladies, what are some questions you've always wanted to ask men, but were maybe a little too embarrassed to ask?
Well, we got answers.
Let's go.
Welcome to BJ in the Morning. I'm Juan.
And I'm Brenton.
And we're here for a very, very special episode.
Very special that we just came up with on the fly
On
today.
the fly. Where we answer some questions that ladies on the internet ask men. And we got this idea, and we thought it was a good idea. And maybe you don't want to hear it. Maybe you do. But we're going to do it anyways. Because you know what? It's our show, man.
It's our show, man.
It's our podcast. And we found some pretty decent questions asked by some female.
The ladies of Reddit, basically.
The ladies of Reddit.
Yeah. The actual question that was presented on Reddit is, women, what are some questions about men that you're too embarrassed to ask? We went through the list and curated a good sized list, taking out some of the ones we would rather not talk about in a public space, especially one where our mothers listen to it.
Yeah.
But there are gonna be some fun ones on here, I promise. There's some weird ones, and there's some ones that they still probably don't want to hear. Sorry, Mom.
Right. Sorry.
But this came about today while we were setting up to do the episode. And yeah, I mean, I don't think we need to get into that story.
No.
But we can get into the questions, because some of them are really funny. And this is just going to clear up some space for you guys and gals.
Yeah. We'll clear up any
of those questions.
Any of those shower thoughts you've had.
The shower thoughts.
About the male species.
Yeah, about men in general.
Yeah.
And there's also some comments that we've saved that were just too funny to not include in this. So,
right.
Should we just jump right into this?
Yeah, let's jump right in.
So the first one on the list is such an iconic question. As soon as I read this one out loud when we were setting up, Juan had the answer right away. So I'm going to get through it before we answer it. I'm going to read the whole thing. And then we will answer not together, but you know what I mean. So this is from Sparkmatic from 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So, men, do you use that opening in your boxers/briefs to pee, or do you just pull down the top of your boxers/briefs? That little opening just doesn't seem that useful. Thank you in advance. So,
you're welcome in advance.
You're welcome in advance. So yeah, I mean, pull them down.
You just pull it straight down.
Have you ever peed through navigate through the opening before?
I feel like out of curiosity. I have.
To see if maybe it's easier.
Yeah, is it easier?
Not.
No,
it's not.
It makes things a lot harder.
That flap doesn't on briefs.
I
boxer
don't know.
Briefs.
I don't know what it's for.
It doesn't just go straight through though.
On boxers though.
On boxers it does, but on boxer briefs it does not. It goes this way and then out.
Right.
So it's a maze.
It's a little flap.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it's there for, except maybe to hold a cup. That's probably what it's there for.
Let's throw some quarters in there.
I don't know if it was a commercial or something from back in the day where the guy hid the ring he was going to propose with there.
Nice.
To really make sure it stayed safe.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. That flap ain't for
that little
peeing.
pocket right there is it feels so, if you put something in there, it feels so safe.
Yeah.
But yet so unsafe at the same time. It's just going to come out. It's just going to pop out.
I couldn't imagine having anything in that little flap ever.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a couple quarters.
Sneaking some stuff into a concert or something.
Just put your
just throw it in there, man.
My brass knuckles.
Well, when they pat you down, they don't pat your schlong.
Yeah,
right?
They're not allowed to.
And if they do,
Whoa.
Hey, it's my.
It's a piercing.
It's yeah. It's my. What are they called? My Prince Albert.
Prince Albert. Gross. But yeah, typically, most men do not use that flap.
Mm-hmm.
And we're speaking for all men.
Right.
Most men.
I went to the airport, a couple of weeks ago, and I was wearing I dress easy,
Basketball shorts, t-shirt,
easy.
sometimes slippers,
Sometimes a sweater.
yeah,
Shoes that definitely don't tie.
Yeah.
Some sort of slip on.
some sort of slip-on, Crocs,
and
maybe
no belt.
no belt, because they're gonna make you take it off anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I do as little as possible.
Yeah, you don't want to be that
at the
guy
security line.
in the security line who's like untying his freaking loafers,
Unloading his arsenal.
of just computer parts and like laptops and like, oh wait, it's my belt. Like,
A quiver of arrows.
how do you forget you're wearing a belt in the TSA line? Like, seriously, I don't. The amount of times people walk through that thing and it goes off, I'm like, oh, my belt.
Yeah.
I never forget I'm wearing a belt.
Yeah.
I know it's there.
And I have so much anxiety that I don't want to forget to take it off.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Have you? I've been that guy though, where I'm like,
I've
it's
been that guy.
mostly on the other side where I'm trying to like get everything on really fast to get out of the way.
Yeah. Well, the point of my story is on my basketball shorts, the ends of the strings had metal.
Oh no!
So it showed up on the X-ray thing, and the guy was just like, "All right, we're gonna step you over here." He gave me a full pat down, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna do the back of my hands over my schlong." And
I've had that pat down.
It was so uncomfortable, and I'm like, "Look, it's literally just this," and I'm showing him the strings like before I even get the pat down. And he's like, we still need to make sure. And I'm like, you just want to touch me, don't you?
I don't think that's what it is.
You just
honestly.
want to touch me, don't you?
It's like that scene in She's Out of Your League.
Oh, yeah.
We need to scan her again. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
All right. What's the next question?
Let's go on to the next one. So, again, we said that some of these are really silly, some of these are out there, but some of them are pretty deep.
Yeah.
This one's one of them.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So this one's by Nerd Corner. This was also 2 years ago.
I think most of them are 2 years ago.
Yeah. How often do you really cry, and what makes you cry?
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
When was the last time you cried?
I can't remember.
Yeah?
Oh. Okay. And 100% being real here. I cried or started tearing up.
When angels
men
deserve
don't
to
cry.
die?
Men don't cry. They just start to tear up a little bit
And they go,
suck it right back in.
get back in there, tear.
I was watching a show called My 600 Pound Life. Have you seen it?
No.
Have you heard of it?
No.
It's like these really overweight people, and they go to a doctor to change their life and better themselves and all that. Some people don't do well. Some people do well. It's just something we put on sometimes just to kind of like
Background noise it?
Yeah, we don't really feel like watching anything specifically. It's just one of those shows. It's just like there's so many seasons, like you just throw it on. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there was this lady who at the beginning was like so big they had to use a tarp to get her out of the room and put her into an ambulance to drive her hours away to Texas. And then we were watching her success story, like where are they now?
Yeah.
And like the part of the story was like she had promised the AMT guy or EMT guy, I promise I'll get the tarp back to you. And the guy said, no, you're going to walk it back to me. And she did.
What?
She lost like 600 pounds. She was looking good. She was like active with her kids. And then like one day she like folds up the tarp and takes her kids and walks it into the fire station and says, here's your tarp.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Just welling up.
Yeah. And yeah, that was the last time I cried.
Yeah.
What makes me cry? Not much, but anything that has to do with kids on the internet, anything that has to do with animals, like getting rescued or something on the internet. And then another one that gets me is like when the soldiers come home from their
I was gonna say that one too. So
from their deployment, and it's just like they surprise their family.
Yeah, and it's real cute. You know what? You know what? Random one gets me. Golden buzzers. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
those ones get me.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I'm just like, wow, look at them go. Just so proud of
America's
them.
Got Talent.
You're like, you've never seen them before, and you're like, I'm so proud of them right now. I think the last time I cry sometimes a lot. I mean, I'm like in tune with my emotions or whatever. I listen to sad music only.
Right.
For being as happy-go-lucky as I am. I like to make jokes about like I only cry in the shower because then my face is already wet, so I wouldn't even know. But I think the last time I cried was like all this nonsense going on with work and everything right now. Just really stressing me out. I've too much information. Welcome to our show.
Yeah,
just under a lot of stress.
Sometimes I get so mad, and like when I can't release that anger, I'll start to like tear up a little bit. And
Just
I'm
get
like,
it out.
Like now I look like I'm crying over this situation, which in reality I'm just really mad.
Yeah, but like me today, where I was just really frustrated, really mad. I was like, went for a walk, like a little jog, came back inside, played that boxing game on the VR headset just so I could punch something without punching something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. The last time I like really cried was just
You're
with
like
all the
crying
stress.
under the VR headset.
It
so
was
no one can
sweat,
see
okay?
Brendan, what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm trying. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Movies get me sometimes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they get me a lot, but they do get me sometimes.
We've talked about Up.
Yeah.
Up gets me every time.
Up gets me. Disney movies though, like I feel like lately I've been watching so many of them that it's just like
you're like,
it's
okay,
worn off.
Here we go.
It's worn off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but crying's perfectly fine. Like as men, we do cry. Just probably not as much as we should. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we kind of just bottle shit up. I know I bottled up a lot, which is probably why I got to the point I was last week. Just bottling all up, and then I'm just like, but yeah, let's get on to the next one before we both start crying.
All right.
This one's a fun one, so lighten it back up. You ready?
Yeah.
When you use the toilet, this is from Mr. Nuggies, by the way.
All right.
Mr. Nuggies. Men, when you use the toilet, does your weenie just hang into the toilet? Do you rest it on the seat? And do you ever get poop splash on your ween? Is what it says.
All right.
One.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Well, first of all, sometimes you rest it on the seat.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Unless you're in a public toilet where the seat only comes out like this.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
well,
I'm not going to put it on the bowl.
Sometimes it's just pinched between your legs. Right?
Yeah.
And to answer your question about the splashies, not big enough for that. So I wouldn't know.
If you're feeling the splash in places, that's probably where the splash is happening for men as well.
Yeah.
You know, like when it just comes.
Yeah, right back up. Hey,
like,
there's a toilet at my work that I use sometimes. It's the best toilet because it's like you feel like you're in the corner. You feel like you're in the corner of the whole building. No one's gonna find you, right? You're just like it's not really private. You can take
one of the poos where you scroll on TikTok for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But that toilet decides to flush on you every like couple minutes.
That is such a weird feeling.
And it's like what are those things? A bidet.
Yeah.
Just straight up the bum. Right? So there's no splashies on the ween.
No, it's just the bum.
Straight to the bum.
When the toilet flushes and you're sitting on it though, and you just feel the wind and the like mist, you're like, I don't know if I should like this or not, but it's just airing everything out.
Weird.
It is weird, yeah. But yeah, everything Juan said applies. You kind of,
It just depends on how you're feeling,
and it depends on the toilet.
Yeah.
If it's your own toilet,
depends on how you're sitting that day too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. A little to the left.
You just let it happen.
To the right.
You just let it happen, man.
you just go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Things change though. Certain times of the day for sure.
Right. Mornings,
horrible.
Yeah.
But we don't need to get into that just yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, moms. Let's get back to another. I'm letting you read all the deep ones, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you ready for this?
Let's see. This is from Mama J94. Mama J? All right. Do you ever worry about your? Let me bring this over here.
Okay.
Do you ever worry about your friend? Do you?
Slow it down.
What's wrong with me?
A lot.
Do you ever worry about what your friends think of the attractiveness of your girlfriend/wife? Like, are you ever worried that people you know don't find her good looking or judge you for being with her? Parentheses. This question is obviously coming straight from my insecurities. LOL. Period. Parentheses.
So I'm going to answer with the first thing that popped in my head when we found this one, which is, it's not their girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Right.
I could give a fuck.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't care.
Like, I think, like, if you're in a relationship with someone, it shouldn't matter what other people think, right?
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. I've never once thought, oh, my friends don't think they're attractive.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't care.
If my friend told me some shit like that, I'd be like,
are they your friend?
Yeah, are you my friend? Like, why does it matter? You trying to get at them?
Yeah.
Because that's 2 red flags.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there might be more on the partner versus the other person. You know what I mean? Like, if you're worried about that, it's solely in your head, and that's unfortunate to have those kind of thoughts. But I've just never thought to think about it. You know what I mean?
Care.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm with this person, you're not.
Yeah, just imagine you're just like, oh my god. Okay, my friend's gonna be my girlfriend. They're gonna think she's ugly or pretty. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah. The most I ever care about is if they like them. You know?
Yeah.
I want you to get along.
Hey, you're a B word.
Not friends anymore.
Yeah.
But like,
she's not nice.
I think that's what it comes down to, especially now in our 30s. It's like, I just want my partner to be liked by my friends and get along with my friends. Like, that's important with what I think my friends think about, right? It's like, I think I've asked in the past, I'm like, hey, like, you know, what do you think about my girlfriend? And people are like, oh, she's the worst. And I'm like, no. And I mean, this is a long time ago. I'm like, no, she's not the worst. Yeah. And then I find out she's the worst.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit.
Yeah.
Should have listened.
Yeah.
And now it's like, hey, what did you think? I'm like, everyone's chill. I'm chill. That means things are good.
Things are good.
But also, if your mother ever has a bad feeling about someone you're dating, they're right.
Mm-hmm. True.
My mom has never been wrong.
Yeah, same here.
But I kept saying, no, my mom's wrong.
Yeah.
And then
I know better.
And then we go back to the crying one, and we're crying in our car listening to sad music because we just got dumped or found out they were cheating.
Or you jumped out of their truck and now you're in pain.
And crying.
I did that one.
Yes, I do know.
It was like 25 miles an hour. I jumped out of the truck because I was so pissed.
I think you called me after you did it.
I was like, oh, that was the biggest mistake of my life.
I don't remember. I know I saw you that day because I know I heard of it the day of, and you had like scrapes and like.
Yeah. I was like, jumped out of the truck. All right.
But if don't be worried about that. Honestly,
don't be worried.
Honestly.
Who throws the shoe?
Next one is from Cat Likes Plums.
All right.
And this one is a funny one again. We randomly started these. We didn't say who was reading what. So I love getting the funny ones. But this is, somebody probably asked this, but is it hard/difficult to shave your balls? Yes.
Yes.
And the comment, which I was like, we have to read this one just because of this comment. And it's from Bojangles 1391.
Bojangles.
Funny, because during the act, I feel like, man, this is perfect. I got it all. Then I dry off, and I'm like, did I get any of it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And if you just get a little nick down there, just a little.
You don't even understand how much. I mean, you might. I don't know. You might. I don't know.
Depending on what you got, what you're working with.
Or, I mean, we don't know what happens when women shave either.
Maybe
so.
the next episode's men questions for women. But
it bleeds a lot.
It does. It doesn't stop. And then you feel it for the next week.
But it's not even like that. It's like a little tiny like meat.
You don't even see it. You just see blood.
Yeah.
And whenever there's blood down there,
especially if you're in the shower too, it's like all wet and you feel like it's just going everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a crime scene in there.
Yeah, and you got to call CSI, and they're like ripping off their sunglasses, like balls, like.
Horatio.
Also, don't use the same clippers you use to shave your face to shave your balls.
Oh, why not?
Bacteria.
Just kidding.
Well, it's like, I also clean them with my tongue. I
actually have 3 pairs of clippers, and they're all really old and need to be replaced.
Mine aren't that old, but I feel like I need a new set.
I want to try the Manscaped.
I've heard it's not that great.
Really?
But also, I've heard it's great, Manscaped. If you want to sponsor an episode, Manscaped, you're great. Everything's perfect. We want to try your product.
Brought to you by Manscaped.
One person told me it wasn't amazing, but I still want to try it. So, Manscaped, if you're listening.
This will be the great episode to sponsor.
I think so.
Yeah.
This episode will be out by the time we ask for them to sponsor. But we'll just clip this part and send it straight to Manscaped. So if Manscaped sponsors this episode, there'll be a link in the description.
Yeah.
But let's get on to the next one.
All right. Do I have another serious one?
Do you not want a serious one?
No, it's all right. All right. From Cat's Mom, 63.
Who's Cat?
Maybe Cats?
Cat's mom.
Cats?
Your cat's dad.
Cat's dad.
Cat
Mom.
daddy.
Cat daddy, that's me. I'm going to change my Instagram name to that.
No, you won't.
Cat daddy.
No, you won't.
All right.
You'll make a new one before you change your name on Instagram.
True. Do guys really appreciate a woman that makes the move? Whether you guys are newly dating or married for years. I want him to feel wanted by me, and I want to convey that. Or do guys feel it could threaten them a little? I know it sounds weird and maybe old school, but I always have wondered that. I have always wondered what the answer is.
So, they're not meaning so much in like initiating the talking to the dating to. This means making the move. Like putting the moves on someone, like into bedroom, getting intimate.
Little kisses.
Huh?
Little kisses.
Oh, I thought you said little kittens.
Little
and I was like, the heck?
A little touching.
Yeah. So, I think the further along you are in a relationship, it
nice.
should be 50-50.
Yeah, it's nice.
But also it kind of depends on the sex drive. You know what I mean? Like, how's I'm not asking you, this is rhetorical, but like, how's your sex drive, right? Some people's is higher than the others, some's is lower than the others, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not asking you, so don't
answer because moms are listening. Our moms, we don't need to talk about that stuff with our moms around, but also like
and grandma.
Yeah. Anyways, but I think it's fun to mix it up and let both people make moves.
But we did say, when we talked about it beforehand, that like if you're single and a girl's making the moves on you and it's just coming on way too hard, way too strong. No thanks.
But also, I think the norm from when we were dating in the dating pool, not we were dating, we're still together. Oh man. But like when back in the day, if like girls didn't come up to guys like when we were going to bars and going to clubs and stuff. And now it seems like it happens more. But I can tell you, we don't have to get into details, that when girls did approach us in bars, like it did feel off.
Yeah.
Like it was a setup. You know?
You know how I felt anytime that happened? And I'm very charismatic.
Yeah.
I can talk to anybody.
What?
But when, so when, if somebody like just came out like that strong, I turned into Garth.
Yeah.
Be like, okay. I'm gonna go now. Just like, no, thank you.
No, and I
don't know.
I think they're like, if we're going back to like who makes the first move when you're initiating conversation for the first time, it is totally different now, I'm sure, than it was then.
Yeah.
I only walked up to like maybe 3 girls in my entire life at a bar that I didn't know or weren't in our group or like didn't know someone in our group, and asked for their numbers after talking to them. But first you have to establish a connection, right? I remember there was one girl who had like a jean jacket on, and I recognized a patch. Or there was that one girl, this is still the first one, sorry. There was that one girl, Halloween. Do you remember this? Can I tell this story? It was Halloween like years and years and years ago. We all went downtown to 4th Ave, dressed up, drinking. It was the only time we ever went to 4th Ave for Halloween as a group. And 3 of the dudes in our group struck out with one girl who was dressed as, I want to say, Black Canary. Because they all thought she was dressed as something else. And I think someone in our group was in a relationship and overheard this and came up to you and me and said, go ask if this girl's dressed like this. And I think it might have been you. I was like, go ask if this girl's dressed like this. And win.
Yeah.
Right? Anyways.
I don't remember.
We were drunk. I just remember because it was like the craziest plan to have everyone go up to the same girl separately.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Are you Black Cat?
No.
Are you Black Widow?
No.
Are you Black Cat?
No.
Ugh. Are you Felicia Hardy?
No. But anyways.
Black Cat. Get it?
Yeah. Established connection. That's all I got. Strike out. Get the number. Never secure the bag.
Oh, Jesus.
But I don't know how it is now. I don't know how dating goes now. So.
Well, yeah. Me either.
I think in a relationship, though, anyone can make the move. As long as the other person's like feeling it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just not feeling it.
Right.
Don't make the move.
Right.
Sometimes you're always feeling it.
Yeah.
And then you're struggling to not make the moves.
Not tonight.
No.
Fuck.
All right, let's get the next one.
Jesus Christ.
It's another silly one.
All right.
This is just how the Reddit posts are been played. Laying?
Laid.
English sucks. This is from On a Journey 314. Can you feel our boobs when we hug? The first comment on this, this is the first comment, maybe, but it's got 23,000 upvotes. Just says yes. Yes. The next one. The next one says depends on the size, but yeah, for the most part we can. And then underneath the just yes, because I'm not reading the yes's name, it says, and it's kept on the DL to not ruin chances of future hugs because hugs are great. And then Waffles down here says, yeah, we try to be chill about it. Honestly, when we go for a hug, your boobs are not what we're thinking about. You know?
Right.
I don't know. Is it different for you the way you're looking at me right now?
No, I mean, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You're not a creep. I know this. So why are you looking at me like you're like, you only hook for the boobs?
What are you talking about?
But honestly, I don't think about that when I'm giving someone a hug.
But yes, you can feel them.
Yeah. But it's, again, I don't feel like it's any different in a hug than
Depends on
feeling
the hug.
their arms on your back. You know what I mean? Like when they wrap
Yeah.
around you, things like that. Like, that's not. I never thought about it until I read this. Like, I never was like, boobs, you know? And I think one of the comments we saw was like, what, 32,000 upvotes on it, just said boobs. And I was like, yeah, that's about accurate. But yeah, I think I just don't think about that kind of thing. I'm thinking about a hug.
It's about the embrace.
I think more about which direction my head is going.
Yeah, oh, hey,
It's just handshake. Just a handshake.
There you go.
So yeah, I don't know. That's what I think about. So
I did that with my not to sound weird, but with my aunt the other day, because we usually like go to kiss on the cheek, and it was like, oh no, this way, all right,
we're done.
yeah, this is embarrassing. All right.
You have the next one, and it was just the right, don't you? It was just the third question in there.
Mm-hmm. Third question.
Yeah.
Third question.
Yeah. You got it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
The other ones don't matter.
All right. Yeah, don't matter. Is using urinals when there are all full and there's one left, is it awkward?
So there's rules about urinals.
Hang on.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Is using urinals when they're all full but there's one left awkward? And there is a rule.
There is a rule.
If there are no urinals being used, you go to the middle.
You go right to the middle.
Straight to the middle. If there is one person, let's say in the middle, you go to the end.
Yeah, you gave at least, at the very least, one urinal space in between.
If there's multiple urinals.
Yeah.
Like how many urinals are we talking here?
Let's say just 6.
Six.
That seems like an average number. Sometimes there's, actually, I see 4 more than I see anything else, right? So 2 to 4 usually.
Let's do
2,
4.
you're screwed, right?
Yeah, just right next to each other.
4,
usually a little door right here.
Yeah.
Little wall.
but 4 is still difficult because there's no middle.
Okay.
So there's 4 urinals.
I go for the second from the left if there's nobody on the 4 urinals. All right, second from the left. Now, if there's somebody there, I go to
The left.
number 4,
All the way over.
all the way to the right,
Yeah.
because they're second from the left.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to the right. Now, if there's somebody there and somebody there, then you go far left,
Yeah.
next to the wall.
Next to the wall.
Right?
Yeah.
And if they're all being used, you have no choice
You're going to the stall.
if you can.
If you can.
Yeah.
Typically, let me just, again, share too much information about myself on our podcast.
All right.
I don't like peeing in public bathrooms. It freaks me out. I don't know why. So I typically will aim for a stall if I can. But when it comes to urinal rules, I've always been nobody pees in the kid one, like the one that's lower to the ground than all the rest. No one will go to that one. Like that'll be the last one people take. So it's always the first one I go for. Like I'm like, I gotta pee. I'm gonna
pee on top.
And then you just pee, directly on top of it. I don't care if a little splashes on my ankles.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually you want to keep one gap in the middle. You can buddy up, and by that I mean like get right next to someone in 2 different urinals with your friends. That's not as awkward, I think.
Or buddy up in the stall.
In the stall. Just pee in the same cross streams.
That's fun.
Never
cross the streams.
Never cross the streams.
Except for when we have to.
Yeah, to take on the freaking gods, you know?
All right.
You want to read the next one too?
Sure. Why? Because you want the next one after that?
No, I'm just trying to give you longer ones and not all serious ones.
Okay. Do y'all enjoy late night chats as much as girls do, or does it annoy y'all?
I like this comment that says, sometimes my wife asks me about something I'm really interested in or passionate about late at night, and I have to point out that she is knocking on the door of a 2-hour PowerPoint presentation and she's got work in the morning.
I don't mind late night chats. I prefer not to.
Yeah, I feel like it's tricky because during the day I'm usually a little too busy for like texting chats. So I typically stay away from texting all day long. Sometimes I forget my phone exists. But like having conversations late at night is sometimes really fun. I know me and a friend, when we lived together, everyone else would be going to bed and then me and her would just talk on the stairs. Like while I was heading down to my room, and we would just talk for like an hour before we went to bed. Those are fun. But now I like silence when I'm like getting ready for bed. And there's not really a lot of chatter going on. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't dislike late night conversations as long as they're fun. And
well, when you're in a relationship and you see them all day and you live together,
you have nothing to talk about.
Not nothing. It's just more like, all right, hey, it's bedtime. You have your routines.
Yep.
You lay down for bed. Sometimes you'll chit chat like, hey, like we're gonna do this tomorrow. We're gonna do this tomorrow.
What time do you work tomorrow?
Or hey, if you hear my alarm go off, make sure I get the fuck up because I gotta go to work and I can't call in again from being late.
Is this an experience that you've had?
Hey, it's a little later than I thought. If you hear my alarm go off, please, for the love of God, wake me up. But yeah, it's like not very many late night chats going on.
Yeah, I think we're at a point now where it's like,
and men don't late night chat with each other.
And I think the only time we ever do is if we have an idea and we're like, hey, we need to get this out right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't bother me as long as I'm enjoying the conversation, you know?
Yeah.
Anything else from that one?
I don't think so.
You want to just maybe speed through a couple of these since we're getting kind of towards the end here.
Yeah.
So the next question. Bless you.
Oh, Jesus.
I think I saved this one mainly because of a comment. So, the question is it true you really get random boners? Yep. Anytime, day or night, doesn't matter what's happening. Sometimes they just happen. And one of the comments says, yes, distressingly often as a teen, but even later on it happens. And then someone said, I remember my teenage years. Teacher calls on me to write something on the board. My dick, let's fucking go. But my favorite comment from this was, hi, I'm 51 here. Hasn't stopped yet. I'm guessing they won't be able to close the coffin lid when I die at this rate.
Yeah.
So 2 things about that question. We're both in our 30s. It happens. It did happen a lot more back in the day. It sucks when it happens at the worst times. Can't really control it sometimes.
Right.
But the fact that it's going to continue to happen until we die, can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't ask why. Don't ask like if
are you feeling
if
it?
Significant other.
Are you feeling it? Like, no. I just want a cookie. Like,
give me a cookie.
My blood is just circulating. Like, you have the next question. It's an easy one. It's a quick one.
Okay. Are all boobies good boobies? Yeah.
Yeah. Boobs is boobs, man.
This one says the comment. Some love big boobs, others love small boobs. but the boobs that a man loves are the pair on the woman that they love.
Aww.
That's so cute.
Boobs.
Boobs.
This one is, wow, did I not save the question? I just saved the replies.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'm with someone who buys me flowers to make me smile. What would be something I could do similarly for him that is non-sexual that would brighten his day?
That's a good one.
Yeah, see, I finally got a deep one.
Okay.
Hey.
Watch a show that he likes
Yeah.
that you probably wouldn't be into. Tell your man, let's go binge watch Star Wars. Hey, let's have a movie day of the Lord of the Rings saga.
Yes.
Hey.
Or
it depends what your man's into, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's go look at some guns.
That doesn't sound fun to me.
Yeah, but there's people like
there's
that.
People
that
out there with the ginseng.
Ginseng nutmeg and honey, right?
Yeah.
All right.
For me, it's like, hey, I thought of you when I saw this, so I got it for you, and it's like a candy bar or like an energy drink that I've been wanting to try, or like we've talked about it on the podcast. I love weird flavored things, so give me weird flavored things.
Yeah,
but also like sometimes, though, just say hi, like ask me how I'm doing, compliment me. And the funny thing is, the comments on this one said that.
What we just said?
Compliment him. He may not show it on the outside, but he's giggling and blushing on the inside. The jokes about guys holding on to simple compliment for literal years is absolutely true.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, have you ever been complimented just randomly by someone? They just say something nice about your appearance or your attitude or your, like, whatever. You think about it all the time. Because guys don't get complimented very often.
Yeah.
Girls get overly complimented.
Complimented.
I almost said complicated. Girls get overly complimented. I'm losing my mind. To where guys seem creepy, because they're creepy.
Why'd
guys.
you have to go and make things so complimented?
Complimental, dude. But that's a problem, right? Guys will just say dumb shit to a girl because they think it's gonna get her.
Yeah.
Gonna get her just wanting the guy back. And then girls are just reserved. They don't really compliment dudes because what if that dude's a creep? But I can tell you it's really fun just hearing someone say like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you if I never see you again."
Yeah.
Or like, "Hey, you're really awesome." Just little things like that.
I had this old lady tell me that she said, "God, your eyes are to die for."
Yeah,
and
did you melt a little bit?
I said, "Okay." Thanks.
But like she wasn't trying to get at it,
No.
she was just
She's
complimenting.
like literally a 50-some-year-old woman, dude.
I had a customer at my place of business, and when I told them that I was leaving, they started crying, and that was enough for me. Where I was like, no, that's when I cried last. They started crying. I was like, stop,
Stop it,
stop it right now.
I was at the karate tournament, and this is the only one that happened all day. I've seen thousands of kids, thousands. All right, and I'm over there just doing my job, just kind of like hyping up the kids, making sure they're doing a good job, doing all that. And then a parent, when we were done with that group, he's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" I was like, "Oh my God."
You thought you were in trouble?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit, what did I do?"
Oh no.
And he's like, "Hey, I just want to say that as a dad, I really appreciate the way you interact with those kids. Keep it up."
Was this like a parent from one of your students?
Yeah, not my student. So it's at a tournament.
So it's not someone that's kid you teach.
Yeah.
So
it's
that
a
means
random
a lot. Yeah,
parent
that means a lot more.
who said, "I just wanted to say I really appreciate the way you interact with these kids."
Nice.
And it he loved it. The kids loved it. The kid had fun. And I was like,
Just a little sniffle.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. It goes a long way.
I have to get back now.
I'd like to get by now. All right.
All right.
I have a really silly one. It was the one that I said I was gonna wait for.
Okay.
So which one are you on? Next one. So that's your next one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Wait, go back. This one. This one.
Right.
This is my next one. You ready?
Uh-huh.
I didn't share this one with you.
Okay.
Do you guys wipe your junk after you go pee, or do you just shake it, assume it's good, and then put it back in your pants? Doesn't that leave a little bit of pee in the tip? Why would you do that instead of just taking a bit of toilet paper and dabbing your ween? Edit. I don't mean wiping your junk like you'd wipe your ass. I'm realizing now that wipe was the wrong word. And the first comment says, I just wring it out like a washcloth. And then someone says, less like a washcloth, more like a Go-Gurt tube. And then someone says, milking it like an udder. So when it comes to peeing, when it comes to using the potties,
Shake it out.
yeah, what's that song by Good Charlotte? Shake it once, you're fine.
Oh.
Shake it twice, that's okay.
Shake it three times, you're playing with yourself again.
So that's what that line means for all you guys who don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shake it. You just little. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
It's like a flick.
It's a swish and flick.
Swish and flick. Is there dribbles?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And it only seems to dribble if you're wearing khakis. And
Yeah.
guess what pants I wear daily? Khakis. Any other pants I wear? Nothing.
Well, it's from when I wash my hands.
And then you just fling water on. Like, I don't know. I just shook my hands. We're giving away our secrets.
Yeah, there's dribbles. There is dribbles. I'm sorry.
It happens. That's what the flap is for in the boxer briefs.
Every man has dribbles.
Yeah.
I'm sure women have dribbles too.
Yeah. Probably.
I watched a girl full on pee herself right in front of me, dude. I was
no.
like, what?
Like an adult?
An adult.
I don't want to hear the story. Let's go to the next.
No, yeah, you do. So, okay. This girl just did she just have a baby? Or was she pregnant?
Oh, that doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
It
But
doesn't
I
count.
think she was pregnant. And I went to go visit.
Uh-huh.
Was she pregnant? Oh, God, I can't remember.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't matter. All right. Anyways.
If
So
they yawn wrong after they have a kid, it's bad news bears, you know?
I'm trying to think if she was
It was
pregnant or
right
not.
after.
Or it was before she was pregnant. Anyways, I went to go visit. I've known this person for a long time.
Does she listen to the podcast?
I don't think so.
You're like, I hope not.
I hope not.
Because she's going to know you're talking about it.
She walked me out to my car.
Mm-hmm.
Her boyfriend or her husband or whatever stayed inside. And she just ended up starting another conversation. We were just talking for a while. And then next thing I know, splat. All over.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Are you all right? What just happened? Yeah. And then obviously it was like, all right, I gotta go. Sorry. But I'm assuming she was just holding it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she had to pee already. She was holding it for so long. I didn't notice whether or not she was doing pee-pee dance or not, but yeah, she just peed in the middle of the street on accident in front of me.
Bring it out like a washcloth. Let's hit that last one. I think that's one of the last ones. We saw a couple more, but
Oh, which one again? This one? This one.
this one.
All right.
Then
Oh,
there's
the whole
I only have
thing.
one more after that.
The whole thing.
If you want to, unless you want to just go to the last one and say we're good.
Okay.
You're skimming it over.
All right. I'm just going to read the whole thing.
Okay. You laughed at this one when I read it to you, too.
Do you play with your balls like we play with our tits? Like jiggle them and stuff? Or is that too painful? What is the action that actually hurts balls? Is there anything you think it compares to in the female anatomy? What does it feel like to get hit accidentally? Parentheses, not kicked purposely, but like flicked. Close parentheses, in the balls.
Okay. Let's break it down.
Okay,
Yeah.
first question.
Yeah.
Do you play with your balls like we play with our tits? Like jiggle them and stuff?
Probably.
Yes.
Sometimes
I
you
do.
You got to check them.
Sometimes I get bored. I'll be watching TV. I don't even notice.
Yeah, no, it's a
Got
thing.
my hands down my pants, just twisting them around a little bit. You know, like,
I lived with you for so long. I saw this all the time.
good old
I'm like,
man.
what are you
fun.
doing? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Yeah, when
It's
we
just
live
like
together.
second nature.
What's the next question?
Is it painful?
Or is it
No.
No, it's not painful to like gently have your hand on it,
Yeah.
or even if you tug on them in a little bit. It's not that painful.
Just tugging on them
Yeah,
a little
just
bit.
a little tug. You know.
The action doesn't hurt. Is there anything that you think compares to the female anatomy? We don't know.
I have no idea.
No clue.
Maybe getting punched in the boob.
Maybe.
I've heard that hurts.
I could imagine getting punched anywhere hurts. I don't know how different it is for boobs versus non-boobs.
And we know childbirth is probably way fucking worse. So
Yeah, I mean they say it is. What does it feel like to get hit accidentally? Let me say this: getting kicked hurts, yeah, but the little flicks or the accidental, just like
it's worse.
it's so much worse because it almost feels like they shoot up into your stomach and you can feel them in there, you know? And then like they just sit there and you're like, they're
You
just
can feel it in your stomach.
you feel in your gut, you feel them in your balls.
It's like it's connected.
It is.
It's like this like it's like imagine a lightning strike going from your testy up into your stomach, and it's like just one giant lightning strike connecting the two.
Yeah.
And then when it starts to go away, you feel it slowly dissipating backwards. And then it ends at the source, right?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like when you get the little taps or you accidentally like there was one time I remember I was like pulling like an extension cord or something up and the end just hit me. Like just got me perfect, you know? Yeah. And I just remember feeling like a mixture of I want to throw up, I want to lay down, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
My legs hurt. You know what I mean? Like where you're just this whole area just hurt.
All right, we're going to check if they're still there. 1,
One,
2,
two,
and 3. All right. We're good.
But yeah, I couldn't tell you if there's anything that compares to it. It sucks though.
Yeah.
The fact that like if I did that,
A little tap.
it would
Hit
it would
just
ruin
the right spot.
It would ruin a good 30 minutes of your day. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's all we got today. The last one
we're
was
good.
really deep, so I don't want to get into it today
Oh.
or tomorrow.
That deep, huh?
I feel like it could be pretty deep. But do you guys have any questions for us? Maybe you have some burning questions you'd like us to answer. There's a couple ways you can do that.
Yeah.
The first one that I'm going to bring up is a new one that I don't even think you've seen yet. And it's something that I set up. If you see on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or most podcast listening apps, there's a spot now that says you can send us a text message.
What?
Go on there.
I didn't know
Hit the
about
link.
that.
Hit the link.
Hit
It's
the
a
link.
link. If you're on your phone, it's even easier.
Let me see.
Yeah, pull it up right
I
now.
want to check it out.
Go to Spotify.
Why don't you tell me?
Because I just set it up. I haven't really messed with it yet.
Spotify.
If you go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, it shows up as a clickable, tappable link on the episode itself in the description.
Okay, let's see.
You can find it. Just go to the last episode
All right.
in the description.
Here, Tap here to send us a message. You know you want to. Smiley face.
Yeah, you know you want to. So that's the first place. You can send us any kind of message you want, even a hate mail. Don't. We'll cry.
We don't
we'll
like
add
that.
it to our list of the last time we cried.
We don't like that at all.
But yeah, it is completely set up by the provider we use for sending our podcast out. So go ahead, send us a message. Make sure you don't remove the thing that it tells you not to remove, or it will not send to us.
I'm
but
texting us right now.
You can text us. Juan's doing it right now. It's not as fun when me or Juan send it, because so far we've been the only ones to send messages on it. But it'd be cool. But it'd be cool to get some messages from you guys. So that's the first way.
That's awesome.
So
go do
it. It's our fan mail service. It's just set up. Maybe we'll go through 5 or 6 of them once we get 10 messages from different people. We'll read them on one of the podcasts.
Sounds good.
Cool. Does that work for you?
Cool.
Cool.
Is it on YouTube?
I don't think it's on YouTube. It's just from like the hosting site we use. So
you can't copy and paste on
I'm
YouTube?
gonna have to look, but I just set it up. So give me time.
All right.
I'm busy.
You can also send us a message on Instagram, TikTok, at BG_in_the_morning_.
And
you can leave us a comment
on YouTube
at
BJ in the Morning Podcast.
We switched it that time.
It felt
feel
weird.
right.
Okay, let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
You can also leave a comment on YouTube at
BG_in_the_morning Podcast.
And if you're already on YouTube watching this video, go ahead, like the video,
like it,
subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions or if you want to answer some of these questions.
And ring out that bell.
Ring out the washcloth. Yeah, ring that bell. Get those notifications when we do anything on YouTube. And Juan,
Brendan,
this is the end of the show.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. I hope we answered enough questions for people. I hope we answered some pretty crazy ones. But until next time, I'm Brendan.
And I'm Juan.
And we will
talk to you next time.
Oh, I'm hitting the button.